Salubam. Yeah. So, I mean, is the weather you came, is it hot out there already?
No. It's cold, very cold.
Love it. Stay that way.
Nice.
Let me have my part once I'm done with my show. So I can have a good time going home and also watching movie because it's a movie weekend. Started a movie yesterday. Oh, God, the Netflix limited series Blood Sisters. Oh, my days. It's a good watch.
Okay.
And
I saw the trailer.
Yeah, it's a good watch. Trust me. Anyway, so we're about to talk about something that the gentleman can join in on the conversation on because, I mean, a wedding that's meant to happen 2 days from now has been cancelled because of apparently budget issues. So I'll just, let you guys in on the story and then you let us know what you make of this. This has to do with in-laws and has to do with if you treat your own people this way, you should treat mine this way. So it's a story about a guy who just posted on social media that his friend's marriage is meant to be held on the 8th and the lady canceled the wedding. Now, the guy narrated how his friend's fiancé called off their wedding after he refused to pay for her family's flight. So what he said, my guy's wedding is on the 8th. His wife-to-be asked him to book flights for her family members to attend their wedding, and the guy said he doesn't have that kind of money to throw away. She called off the wedding. So here's the thing. The man also stated that the grooming question had books for his family to fly and come over for the wedding. So the lady's like, you got to do same for my family as well. If they're coming for the wedding and you're booking their flight, you should book my family's. And he's like, he doesn't have that kind of money. And she's like, okay, so we're done with it. So that's where we are at right now. And like I said, just a couple of days, if you want to say hours away.
Let's do those hours.
My guy's wedding again, I said, is that the guy's wedding is on the 8th. His wife to be asked him to book flight for her family members to attend their wedding. The guy said he doesn't have that kind of money to throw away. She called off the marriage. Says, you people will always find a way. I'm not surprised either. What's stopping her from booking her family members? This is the friend talking. Because of a throwaway, she called off the wedding. That was the word he used. He said, I don't have that kind of money to throw away. But the thing again is, he's arranging for his family to attend, but he's decided to take the responsibility to book a flight for his family members. So she's like, throw away, really? And then she called off the wedding. So guys, if you are in this kind of scenario, you find yourself in this kind of, situationship, what would you do? Because she's like, if you're treating your family this way, it should be equal for mine this way. Do you think wedding preparations should be solely the man's responsibility? If you have a stake in it, don't you think it should be a 50-50 or maybe a 70-30 thing, since it's your family member? So let's chat about this. Let us know via the studio lines on 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. Hi, Bumi.
Hi.
So tell me when you saw this message, you were like, Wahala be like bicycle.
Honestly, I'm like,
that's what you said.
What is this? Come on.
Yeah.
How? The thing is, when you're planning for a wedding, I believe that two of you are in sync and you discuss. There are some things to discuss about. And also, we know that tempers, tension will be high. Yes, we know that so many things happen. People fight, they argue, but they still come together and they compromise. Not to the point of
calling off the wedding. But do you think that the word that the guy used, like, I don't have that kind of money to throw away, was because the friend indicated that because of the throwaway, she called off the wedding.
It might be a little bit insulting at that point in time, and she might get offended.
Yeah, but not to the point of calling off.
The choice of words.
Yeah,
but not to the point of calling off the wedding. I believe there's something fishy there.
Okay, but because see, here's the thing. It might seem as though, because this is just like the story that surfaced. It might seem as though, because other comments I'm reading, they're like, oh, probably he's being not necessarily taking her family too seriously, and this was like the bridge for her, and she's like, you know what, so booking flight for your family wasn't throwing away money, but booking flight for my family is like throwing away the money. You know when they say when you're getting married, you're getting married not necessarily to that individual, but the family. So it's like, if you can treat your family this way and not treat mine, our family becomes our family. Not you dividing and treating one as if it's, this person is more important than the other again. So that's what some people are indicating on socials. It's like, if you are dealing with this, especially, okay, so let me ask you, when you go for a wedding and the man, that's the groom's parents or the bride's parent, decide to arrange for food for just the bride's people. Haven't you seen it?
Yeah, I think before, when I go to weddings, I see that I see two caterers.
There's a divide.
One for the wife and one for the husband. Which is not really good. It should be one. And so you have a situation whereby some people don't get to eat, and some people. So I don't think it's really right
to do that.
To do that, just combine it.
So maybe do you then think that she has a point? Because it's like, why would you say throw money away?
Not to call off the wedding. She could have just called his attention about the word he used. Not use the word throw away, but not to. Call off the wedding. It's too abrupt.
It's too harsh.
It's too harsh.
So, but do you believe that there might be some undertone before now that would have made her take that kind of decision? Because if you think about the wedding, it's not as if she planned it in.
We don't know what they've been doing before that got to this stage. But there are so many things we are not seeing. It's just that outburst we saw. So we don't know. Or even maybe the lady herself has been demanding too much from him. And he feels that this is enough.
Yeah, this one is okay. I can't take it again.
So we don't know.
I totally agree with you. But if you're planning a wedding as a guy, or as a guy and as a woman, is it 50-50 thing you look at, or it's based on who is more financially buoyant? Because you know these days people talk about, ladies, don't go and overdoing your wedding. It's like you're sponsoring your own wedding by yourself.
I think it depends on their level of discussion and how they want to go about it. So everybody has their individual. Some guys will say, no, I'll take it up.
Right.
They don't want help. While some, they will do it together. So I think it depends on what's the
financial capability of both.
Yes.
Okay, but we got a message here that says the guy should have said, instead of a flight, can I book them to take a particular vehicle down, instead of saying throwing money away because he had flight. That is a message here. You didn't include your name. Please include your name when you're sending in a message. So it's like the stories about, if you're listening, joining, okay? Boyfriends, girlfriends are welcome to girlfriends, okay? Like I said, we're talking about a guy who says his wedding is meant to be like in 2 days' time, for real. This is no makeup story. And the best friend is the best friend of the wedding, and they just called off the wedding because the girlfriend is like, can you book a flight for my family members to come over for the wedding? Seeing that you booked yours, can you book for my family members as well? And the groom is like, I don't have that kind of money to throw away. So the fact that he used the word throw away, she's like, I'm done. We're not going ahead with this wedding. I'm sure he's even booked the flight already. Money is, you know how you've sent some monies for.
I'm feeling that maybe she even demanded. Maybe we don't know if
you are still. This is still a conspiracy.
I don't know. We don't know because see, it's so for him to use that word "throw away."
It means the pressure have reached. It has choked him.
Tempers are flying here and there, so we don't know actually what made him
to say that.
Which was totally wrong and out of place. Yes, it was totally wrong for him to say that. The choice of words is so harsh.
The friend, let me read what the friend actually says. The friend here says, you people will always find a way. I'm not surprised either. What's stopping her from booking a family member's flight ticket? This is the best friend to the groom. Or because of the throwaway, she called it off. Just because she heard the guy's family will be coming with flight, she probably, this woke type of babe who feels she got options, she called it off with her full chest. Man is rich but doesn't want to throw money around. Are you hearing? His friend is rich but doesn't want to throw money around. You shouldn't take because I'm rich you wanna order the world. Who does that? Nobody should know. Oh gosh, this is the best friend I met him, by the way, and he was the one that took it to the fore and said this is what is going on. Guys, you can call the studio lines and let us know what you make of this story. Call 090-8766-8888 or 090-7353-0044. Do you think the friends, stuff, was it harsh? Do you think that's the girl? Do you think what she did was too harsh for talking about just 2 days to the wedding?
We've seen people argue quite a lot before the wedding.
Do you know?
But they actually get married.
Let me tell you what someone is saying here. Joel here hilariously says, let the family members use Zoom. Use Zoom. Do you use Zoom to attend wedding or ceremonies? Joel, I will never take you seriously. Like we said, you can call 090-7353-0044. Or better yet, you can call 090-8766 8888. Do you think that pertaining to in-laws, if you're treating, your family members this way, should you equate the same to the other family member or the other family that you're marrying into? This lady called off a wedding that's meant to happen on May 8th, 2 days from now, because her boyfriend or her fiancé said, I don't have that kind of money to throw away for a flight. And she's like, you know what, I'm done here. So let us know what you think. Please switch off your radio set before you call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. What is your name?
This is Elo Chupa. I'm calling from Shileja.
All right, so tell us what you make of this.
Well, to me, I would say the story is not complete yet.
Okay.
Because there are so many things that might have happened that they are not telling us, or the lady is not telling us yet.
Okay.
So having said that, from what I can kind of insinuate,
yeah.
One of you pointed out that you don't know what the person might have been demanding from the guy.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm a married man. I did my wedding, and I know how. I wouldn't use the word frustrating, but I know how taxing it could be.
Yeah.
And it is not easy. And there are some families that when you want to marry their daughter, they tend to put everything on you.
Yes.
It's like they want to make some gain out of the marriage.
Yeah.
So that after the marriage, they will now use the money to do this, do that. Some would always like to carry you up. Not every guy that wants to marry has that money.
Yeah.
So would always like to go and book the highest hotel.
Even if you have the money, because the best friend said he's rich, but he said he doesn't have that kind of money to throw away like that.
Yes. Even if you have that money, and you know that after wedding is just a day now.
Hours.
Few hours.
After then, many things will continue to happen.
Right.
And nobody will come to your rescue. Now, this guy in question, I'm not supporting that word.
Throw away. Yes.
But you wouldn't know
the
how
pressure.
frustrating or how frustrated he was to have used that word. I want to believe that these people might have had their courtship for a period of like 6 months, a year.
Okay.
And so you to have a courtship with somebody for 6 months or 1 year, there must have been a day that some issues came up.
Yes.
So they must have known themselves. So that word alone, that word somehow is not good, but it's not enough to cancel a wedding.
Yeah, okay. All right.
It is also possible that nobody knows why the guy wants to book a flight
for his family.
People, and then, okay, for instance, because of security, if you are going from here to Kaduna, so who can afford it to always book?
Okay, so let me at that juncture, let me come in. What if the family, since you talk about security-prone state, let's talk about insecurity-prone state rather. Let's talk about a situation where the family members are in Lagos, and maybe the wedding is in Kano or Kaduna, and she's like, let's book. So you're booking for your family from that same Lagos to Kaduna. Can we do the same for my family? And he's like, no, I don't have that kind of money. How do you then, come into advice if you were to?
That's what I'm saying. It is possible that he has his reason, a different reason for booking flight for his own parents, not just because he wants them to fly. Okay. It is possible also that the parents might be coming from a very far place, and the other person's parents are very close. Okay, the wedding is in 2 days' time, which means the arrangement was already made. There's no way you are going to have a wedding in 2 days' time, and you have not made arrangements. Okay, why is the guy coming up now to say you must do flight for my parents? And it's not even a good thing that you begin to look inward and say, whatever you do for your parents, the reasonable man will always do good things for
the two.
But begin to say, if you buy order from me, you buy for my parents.
No. I get you. Thank you very much for your take.
So much.
I appreciate you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Liju.
Hi there.
This is Wale.
Wale, talk to us.
Yeah.
if we look at this matter, the thing is not complete. Like, now, the guy might be thinking, we might not know what's happening, but for me, my own side, the way I'm looking at it, seems like the guy has done a lot at times. So, I done a lot for the bride family. So, maybe it was not like, since I'm going to take money for my parents, like, he might not have done a lot of things for his parents, just for them to take, like, flight their side to the wedding. He might not have done, because I know he's going to spend a lot of money for his bride, paying his bride flight, doing, arranging, he might be the one that arranging it. So everything is choked. They have already choked the guy. So maybe that is why, maybe it was not, like, it's not intentionally, it's just like mistakenly, something like that. So, but she's not, I don't support her, like,
cancelling the wedding.
It's not right.
All right. Thank you very much. Do you think that this whole cancelling the wedding has an influence from her side? So we all know, you and I know, there are times where, okay, so you're doing this and you hear the in-laws are getting this and you feel like, I also need the same treatment. Now, if she took the information back to in-laws, they're like, then this your man, then they say some things and then she's like, you know what, I'm cancelling because it's like, so you can do this for them and you can't do it for me. That is one. Number two, I feel like, just like some people are saying, it might seem as though this isn't complete, but I'm trying to paint a scenario where if you're booking the flight for your parents from Lagos, maybe to Kano or the East, and the lady's parents are in the same state, do you think that they should book the same, away from the story now, do you think it should be the same fair share of treatment, you know? The comparison is just what is really, you know, off for me. But what do you make of it? Like I said, by the way, I mentioned the Kaduna State because we've had several incidences in Kaduna, so this is not to say that, the insecurity, but we've had a lot of reports from there. That's the reason why we give that as an example.
My guess is if both parents are in a security-prone state, I believe the guy will also book tickets. That's
for the both?
Yes, for the both.
Okay,
yes,
if he didn't, would you blame him if he didn't?
Yeah, somehow.
But it depends on the pressure this guy's been facing.
But you just said something. Security, if the state is security-prone, so at least, so if you secure one family safety,
you should secure the other, because that's your family too.
Exactly, that's your family.
I get you. Okay, so maybe that's an analogy.
So many sides.
That's the analogy, but that's the reason why we're picking things from it.
She took it back to her family.
Yes, and I feel that way.
No, it's her decision. Because
you know
to get married to someone.
You know why? There are people who feel like, so you heard from the story, number one, he's rich.
Yeah.
Number two is like, so if you're doing it, do it for my people. We already know that people who do, okay, if you are doing this do it for my people, there's an undertone of, you know, a measure up sort of. If you're coming from a well-to-do family, you will not ask that guy to book any flight for your family. You handle it.
Exactly.
So it comes off as, so will not, my guy says, because of course you have to take that information back. Who told, is she the one that is pressing the demands without her family's knowledge?
But do you know,
just like that?
I've seen a bride where she stood out to her family and told them that the demands.
This one does not want to stand up.
That means it's her choice. What I'm saying is not.
Hello.
It might be. We are just assuming. Hello?
Hello,
Hi. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show, Chinonso.
Like many other callers have said, the story is not complete. but the thing there is that nobody knows how many of the family members that the guest want the guy to book flights for.
Okay.
That's another one. I don't know if she call her kindred to come to our wedding and they want the guy to pay.
And it depends on the number of people to travel too. Yeah.
Remember, the guy go broke now in business.
They've called off the wedding.
But the word, the church of the word, the guy knew.
Yes. That is it. That's it. All right. Thank you so much, Chinonso. Yeah, I mean, I don't have that kind of money to throw away.
It hit a nerve.
I feel like besides hitting the nerve, it feels like it even escalated into something else. Like, you know, how can you say that before it lets
away money?
May 8th wedding, marriage cancelled. Wow. The conversation continues. Let us know if you're in the same picture or scenario and you do something for your family and your spouse says, can you do the same for mine? Is it wrong to ask that question? One. Number two, should you be held responsible if you do one for your family? Does it mean you have to do for your wives or your husbands? Let us know what you make of this. In the meantime, let's just move a bit. Kiss Daniel featuring Techno. I love this hit already. It's the second time.
Well, look at me, I greet you as well. Beautiful girl, I see you. I decide you from here. Now, see, this matter is a very delicate matter, but it's an easy thing as well. When we say every man and woman, and every woman should have a job before marriage, or you should have something doing, you should have your own money, it will look like we are just talking. Now, in the ideal lifestyle, the white wedding, is it not the woman's family that is supposed to take care of the white wedding expenses? Ideally, because that's how it is. It's her day. It's her day. Ideally. Because she will tell you, I want this here, I want this here, I want my wedding like this. At whose expense? Do you understand? Now you want your family to come for the wedding. You will not plan to bring your family before. I mean, your family, they are not planning to come for the wedding before. See, let's tell ourselves the truth. Under normal circumstances, the family is supposed to come. They're supposed to pay for whatever. If it's motor, car, they can afford. Let them use car now. I'm sure on this guy now, there's already a bill, long list. Worst case now, you don't pay dowry, pay everything. Pay huge, humongous amounts for bride price. Even when the bride price for the other things. Maybe in the Igbo girl now from my state, like Imo State. They say bring 100 tubers of yam, 50 loaves of bread, 1 goat, 1 cow, 10 wrapper, singer this and everything. Now you want it to pay for flight. If you are not paying for your parents' flight, stay there. Let them not come. Let them use Zoom like that guy. Let them join via Zoom. That's why they created it. I beg, I invest. I will call himself. I need to call him.
Long weekend. At last.
In this holiday logging, my body got rid of them toxins.
Who's ready for winter? Woo! Nobody? Me either.
102.3.
I can tell he's been lying and pretending that he's faithful and he loves you.
Hanging out with friends is such a hobby, but chilling with your girlfriends? Such a boaster. We talk about love, family, relationship, the shady, hilarious, fun, juicy, messy gossip in town. And the gentlemen aren't off the table. Girlfriends with Oli J, Mondays and Fridays at 1 p.m. Exclusive to Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
All right. There are several calls coming through. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Yeah,
Wale, make it quick, yeah.
Yeah, see, if we look at this thing in another way, what if the bride parents is not only their coming, maybe they are much.
Yeah, that's what I talked about. The number.
Yeah, that's why he used that word. They don't have money to wait. He might be right on that side, though. It might be right.
There's a way you can still communicate instead of saying throwing it away. You know, that word is an off. Is an off.
Yes, I said that word, yeah. But it might be choked. Yeah. I know marriage.
People go through the couples, they have issues.
He's thinking might be that he has a lot of bills to do.
I agree.
So he's thinking is above us. So she's not, but she's not supposed to do that,
Exactly. All right, thank you, Wale, for your take. Hello, good afternoon. I am sorry, seems like the network got you toned. Now, we got another voice note here. I'll take that voice note shortly. That is from Obi, I guess. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. What is your name?
My name is Victoria, calling from Kabuta.
All right, Victoria, tell us what is your take in just a few minutes, 30 seconds,
All right. Sorry, I will say that what the guy did wasn't the right thing.
Okay.
But the word that the guy used, see, we are just looking at it from the boy's point of view. Let's look at the
from the ladies,
Yeah, because maybe the guy has been like that. He doesn't have respect for the girl's family.
That's why.
Because once you are married, you have 3 families.
Okay.
So let's assume the girl is the one that is treating her family different and treating his own family exceptional. Will he take it?
I get it.
So nobody will take it. Once you're married, you have 3 families. Maybe he could have, if he couldn't have afforded the flight for the 2 families, he could have maybe cut it down or maybe give an extended family the money to do so.
Got you.
Because for them to venture into marriage, they have test each other. They know you understand your spouse, the spouse understands, and besides, they are meant to discuss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, I want to do this for my family. I want to do. They can. This is family. They put us together and do it
together.
So let's not look at what made the boy did what he did or what he did.
Let's look at it from the other angle.
It's very bad.
Yeah. Okay.
It's very bad.
All right. Thank you so much, my darling, for calling. I appreciate you. Remember from the start, I was saying, let's just, since it's conspiracy theories, since we're assuming a lot of things, how about we think, okay, so maybe there's been this treatment already, and then she's like, nah, if this is the case, then let me end it here. Or maybe, see, because everyone is looking at it from this angle, how about the other angle? What if this has been the case? But like we said, it's not complete, it's a what-if situation.
Even that, it's not enough for her to call off the wedding. Because you've known this guy. What I'm saying is,
I don't know that if you've been treating my family badly, I will not know.
Then why did she agree to get married?
That is why you know that there are girls. That's why I said, let's look beyond it. There are people who get abused. They have been abused, and they still go ahead and get married. Maybe she's like, this one I cannot. I don't know if you get it. It's like this treatment has been ongoing. Like she said, I'm not disputing. She's not married yet. She hasn't married him.
Continuing to get married.
Yeah, I mean, is it still bad if you're abused in a relationship and it's a day to the wedding and you feel like, you know what, this is the end?
Why would you even stay in that relationship?
People do it, and people get married to people who abuse them, and we have the likes of us in Nigeria who passed. So here we are.
There are so many ifs in this.
Anyways, let's move to more voice notes. We got Obi here. Hi, Obi.
Hello, good afternoon, Oli J.
Talk to us.
Good afternoon to your guests. This is Obi.
Okay.
I want to talk about this topic. You see, something is not everybody that is meant to get married. Marriage is for matured mind.
Right.
If you are matured enough, you can stay in the marriage. If not, don't get ready to marry. Just stay when you are up to 50 years old. Then you can get married.
Okay. Wow.
Now, that lady must have said something to her husband. It's either maybe she said, so you went and go and put for your
that's the way she said it.
Yeah, come and put flight ticket for you must do it. And
we seem to blame women a lot in a lot of things that it's so unfair.
That matters.
You never know.
If you talk to the husband, the man wouldn't have said that thing that he said, that you don't want, how can he just go and throw away money? You can't throw away money like that.
That part.
That's what she said. So we should look at what that lady must have said. She won't say the thing that she must have said that made the husband to say such a thing. And that does not warrant her to cut off the marriage. I mean, not just that talk. I mean, yes, it's not really good for the man to say that. It just looks
but it shouldn't lead to canceling a wedding. He's under pressure.
So it's only his own parents that he consign. But let's also, both of them are to be blamed. But I think sometimes it's the way you speak to your spouse that matters.
Yeah.
How do you confront the situation? If you use a lovely tone to talk to your husband, I'm sure he will also use a lovely tone to respond to you.
Right.
So you know that is cutting off the marriage. Who are you doing? Is it a man?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. So if you look at it, I totally get it. You see, I like it when you look at it from both angles as well.
Yes.
So who is doing what and why are we always looking? And some people are upset already on WhatsApp. Why are we always blaming? Why don't we look at it from this angle? What if she was, that's what I was saying. Let's look at it generally. So it's not like just one, he did this bet. She shouldn't. He did his bet. He shouldn't.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
The thing is, we get to hear the man's response.
Yeah.
But we didn't hear her questions.
Yeah. So that's why it's one-sided. I agree with you. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Enoch for calling back. Sorry, I couldn't conclude that time, and I don't know whether I'm permitted to.
Okay, quickly, you have 30 seconds. 30 seconds, please.
All right. I was going to say that in this case now, nobody, just as we said, nobody knows the complete story. But even at that, if what we are told that I don't have money to throw away, and then somebody cancels a wedding, the greater blame is on the woman. And secondly, this marriage of a thing, I want to plead to women. Let them not hang men on the balance. What I'm saying this thing is that when you get married and you are not lucky, some women will always like to hang you in a balance where you find yourself in a stage where you don't know, you are in between how to please your family, please your wife, please your in-law.
Yeah.
I think when marriage is well organized, this thing shouldn't be a problem.
All right.
So that men will not begin to think too much and begin to die early. It is not easy for men to balance this.
All right. Thank you very much for your take on this. Let's go over to Foncho here. The man has booked the flight for his family before the topic of the flight came up. And for sure, there would have been something that the guy would have done for her family that he didn't do for his own family. The lady has a different plan for means of transportation for her family, but changed her mind when she heard the plan the man made for flights for his own family. And the man might have run out of cash or spent so much. Communication is key. And I think that was a problem. Exactly. I think sometimes, especially when your spouse is in that heat of anger, some things might be said, not necessarily meant. But it's like, I'm upset at this point. Can't you see I've spent so much? And for the fact that she went to ask him, I just feel, that's what I told you. It's like a family who isn't as up there as hers. And then she's trying to, I mean, I don't know. Hi, Joel.
Olije, maybe the emotions of the guy's brain is hot.
According to Wale, the emotions of his brain. Oh.
She go remain single forever.
Oh, God.
Old age, go catch up on her.
All right, this one here says, oh gosh. This one here from you, okay. Good afternoon, Lijay. The bride-to-be no trial to call off the wedding. I'm actually listening with my mom. Her reaction to this story was, it's the girl's loss, because maybe the guy's family might be rich and maybe they were the ones that actually contributed to the guy getting married. Yeah, maybe they can afford the flight, so it's not a big deal. I tell you, Wahala be like what?
I mean, it's crazy. For me, it's just the calling off.
Exactly, it's like you called up, but the guy has spent a lot of money. Paid bride price, maybe spent a lot.
And once you call out the guy and tell him, why would you see such a thing?
Then how many members of her family would are booked to go for this?
The whole clan.
You know family now.
And it's the bride's family.
Yes. So you know how we can, I mean, maybe this guy's family that's coming, maybe 5, and she's like 20. Is the whole? It means you want to use the whole.
We don't know if it's 2 luxurious buses that can contain the family.
I mean, see, some things. If you hear some stories, you'll be like, are these people for real? Is this story for real? Yeah, guys.
Of course, we don't.
Marriage that's meant to happen 2 days from now, cancelled. Let's hear ringtone.
See, that word throw away, yes, is very heavy. Something you should not use.
Exactly.
But you remember, everything is about perception.
Right.
Everything is how you see things. He used the word, I don't have money to throw away. Maybe if he had said something like, I don't have too much money to spend that kind of amount, would you be angry or would you be talking about this? But the word throw away now is what is causing problems.
Yes. That's the throw. Is the throw away.
Sure. This man must have done so many things for that family before you see him saying throw away.
Yeah, it might have gotten to that point. I agree.
Let us just be realistic. I'm not supporting the man or saying
exactly. Yes.
Me, I'm even blaming the girl. Someone you want to marry, that means you're now saying because he doesn't do this, he didn't do this for your family.
And then just 2 days,
my dear. What thing they do because of flights? Don't marry who's at a loss. He'll move on to the next person who will marry him. His good money and his good name that he has already will can attract somebody else and he'll be happy. Meanwhile, you'll be there, maybe doing the waiting game again, looking for the Mr. Right you want to catch.
Yeah.
That's just my thought. She was too hasty about
that question was that's
there are many ways
decision was too.
Don't worry, calm down. Don't worry. When he enter, he don't become his wife. That time you see, he will now tell you whether you'll be booking flight for your family if they are coming from Ugo or not. He doesn't have a choice at that time.
All right, thank you, Ringtone. I'm sure you tried the numbers and it was quite busy, guys. I'm so sorry. We'll take your calls. Of course, you can call 090-7353-0044, 090-8766-8888. 30 seconds is what you have to make your contribution. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello,
hi. Chinon, so make it quick, please. There are others on the line.
This is
quickly.
Amen. What they are nobody's doing anybody favor in marriage. People are always saying that the girl is losing. See, this one is saying nobody's doing anybody a favor. It's 50-50. This is. You don't do any girl a favor by getting married to the girl. Or do any guy a favor by getting married.
It's a wrong notion. I agree with you. Wrong notion. Thank you very much. That is based off of people who are. If you're watching, like you see, I've been trying to signal Bumi with that. She's losing. It's I don't know, man. We'll talk about that some other time. But the fact that she doesn't earn, so the end of the world is. I don't know. Yeah, for the client, she didn't. I mean, people make mistakes and then they still get married later. So the fact that you didn't get married, it's your loss. I don't want to hear that. That is. Good afternoon, Legis. Story is obviously not complete. What if the guy became rich because he has a very rich family and picked up from there, and his family wanted to fly down to that location for the family, which could also be that his father was sponsoring and the mother got it twisted. I'm a married man, and trust me, it's not everything a man would disclose. Sometimes men borrow money for wedding. My marriage too had some stressful moments. I even remember saying that statement at some point, but different circumstances, mainly because of pressure. I'm not saying I was right to say that, but my wife did not call off the wedding. She only said, okay, what do we do now? Exactly. Women should understand sometimes that all these irrelevant demands no follow. The word probably might sound a little inappropriate, but honestly, that man was choked. Honestly, it sounds like he was choked. Rent coastal bus and carry everybody to location. Simple. Thank you very much for that. Honestly. Going over to Style Something. Style Something has a lengthy one. Says, this is a typical, if you get your mom an expensive wrapper, you better the same for my mom too kind of attitude. I would have said that the lady is feeling a little too entitled. It happens anyways. Where wifey wants the same exact treatment hubby gives to his family to be given to her own family, that's okay to some extent anyway. However, because it's a wedding, a one-time event, they should both put heads together and resolve it amicably. Exactly. By the way, who knows the financial burden the man has made to shoulder as far as the wedding is concerned. Exactly. And now flight tickets for your family, come on. She should cut the man some slacks. If she got a problem with the words, throw away the money, that's a different thing. Yeah. It shows their relationship is still going through some growing pains. Totally agree with you. Well, guys, we'll round things up after.
On the track.
Girl, get it. You get me going.
All day.
All day. All day.
On Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
When the sun comes up, you know that it's time for the Sunny Side Show. With the Sunny Side Show crew, Itodo and Nene.
My name is Itodo.
And my name is Nene.
Oh, wait, am I talking like this?
On the sunny side of things, weekdays 2 to 6 p.m. The Sunny Side Show. Tune in, you know you definitely want to.
I can tell he's been lying and pretending that he's faithful and he loves you.
Hanging out with friends is such a hobby, but chilling with your girlfriends, such a bolster. We talk about love, family, relationship, the shady, hilarious, fun, juicy, messy gossip in town. And the gentlemen aren't off the table. Girlfriends with Oli J, Mondays and Fridays at 1 p.m. Exclusive to Eagles 102.3 FM, Abuja.
Yeah, good afternoon, Olike, and good afternoon to your guests. My name is Hassan. See, this issue on ground, sorry, I just came in though. I think I understand what you guys are discussing. Let's look at it holistically. If we want to blame the guy, we should blame the lady as well. And we have to blame the lady, it should vice versa. This guy probably must have said the same out of frustration, maybe as a result of the parents extorting too much money from him. On the other hand, too, the statement, so traditional. The lady, on her own part, must have called off the wedding, thinking, okay, fine. If this guy at this early stage, we've not even wedded yet, and this guy is respecting my parents or my family, saying this kind of thing about my family, what happens when we eventually get married? She will begin to think, okay, this is what I'm going to be facing in my matrimonial home. Even though she shouldn't have called off the wedding. I mean, it shouldn't warrant calling off the wedding. But I think the blame comes from both sides, and they should have at least arrangement. They should have at least put things in order. Even before 2 days to the wedding, things should have been arranged for. Like, okay, who is to go by flight and who is not to go by flight and all that, but not leaving it all till 2 days. So I believe these guys must have had understanding before even this this period.
All right. Thank you, Hassan. Really appreciate you. Final words will come from Bumi shortly. Bismarck here says this kind of marriage or relationship we see these days, these guys are hardly besties, and apparently it's a relationship that is convenient for them. It doesn't mean they will be good together. Why is it difficult for people to find partners that would really make them happy these days? You guys talk about besties. You have besties. You say, oh, he's my bestie. He's like my brother. That is where we are at, Bismarck. He's like my bestie. He's like my brother. See, that question you're asking, people feel like, oh, if you're too close to a person, that person should not be. That's the thing. And I agree with the convenient marriage. Yeah, final words from you, darling.
I just feel that if you're planning a wedding, communication is the key.
Very important.
Both of you should understand what it entails in getting married for both sides.
And when you're under pressure, I beg, watch
know how
what
to talk.
Know how to communicate. Because
don't offend yourself with words.
Wahala. Now you have spent plenty money. The guys say I know do again. So, but then again, I like it that also observed what I was trying to tell you.
Yeah.
No one is doing anybody a favor when you're getting married. I mean, it's a together
for
thing.
both of them. So no loss for both of them.
Yeah. I hope that they handle this because you have spent money. I mean,
calling off the wedding.
What? Ooh. Anyway,
that man is stingy. If he's as rich as they say he
is, he should have.
You should know that your in-laws will attend the wedding,
and they will come and see themselves as lower. I know that Itodo will come with this.
You want them to come by road? Are you kidding?
I beg you. You told us so when you're getting married and you're pulling them up in a Bugatti. It has to be the same for your wifey. Guy, you see? That's why you're my guy. That kind of thing. Anyways, what's to come today on the show?
So we've got brand new music today on the sunny side. And interestingly, right, I'm talking about dating for pay on the Spill Zone.
Convenient.
Interestingly, because it happens. Some people get paid to date, right? Wherein it depends on how much you have. That's the only reason they'll date you.
What? Yeah, people actually meet on the first day and they're asking you what kind of job you do, how much you collect.
They'll rate you like that and decide if you're good enough or not. Yeah, it happens. It's a business, though. My boy, they hustle.
That's why someone said these days a marriage is based on convenience and period. That's it.
What's that again? It's really important. You can't go there and suffer.
Yeah, I know, but it shouldn't be like the number one. Other things should be in place. That is important.
Do what makes you happy in the end.
Okay, guys, we have the news coming up next. Make sure to stick around and have a good time with I2Do. See you on Monday. Bye.
Welcome to Eagles 102.3 News Beats.